I used to have Casio G-Shock watches when I was younger and was reintroduced in April 2023 with the G-Shock Move GBD H2000. Casio had reached out to me and I thought, I'll try one of those G-Shock watches. I didn't see much point in it, but it had some smartphone connectivity that piqued my interest. That watch was made even better when the Casio Watches app was updated to support Strava and Apple Health linking. And for the past month, I've been sporting a new G-Shock model, and it could certainly serve as my daily watch. Hello everybody, this is Matthew Miller, aka Palm Solo. And as you can see in this nondescript box, I received a Casio G-Shock watch. And if you see here, it is a Master of G watch. It happens to be the Rangeman. This is the GPR H1000 Master of G-Land Rangeman. This one is the -9 because it's in the yellow color. There's also a black one with yellow highlights as well. And this watch is a big and chunky watch, typical Casio G-Shock, but it's only 92 grams, so it's really not that heavy. Now, if you want to read a bunch of details that I also have in written form, I have posted a review on ZDNet on my ZDNet website. So go ahead and check that out. Now, before I dive into some of these details on the new Casio G-Shock H1000 Rangeman, just point out it does come with a cable, and this cable has a clamp, a C-clamp kind of thing on it, and it connects to the back of the watch for charging via USB. Now, that USB-A charging will charge it up. The watch does have solar capability for solar charging and keeping the time. So it's if you're just looking at the time face and the clock face with solar power, it should run pretty much indefinitely. Now, this watch is much more capable than that, and it does have 6 sensors inside, including a GPS receiver. So you can track your runs with GPS, and in that case, you are going to need to use USB to charge up the watch. It just won't charge everything via solar. So in typical kind of Casio G-Shock form, there are 5 large buttons on this watch. 3 on the left side, 2 on the right, and all these buttons in the body of this is there's steel in there. There's also bio resin case material, and there's with the Casio Watches smartphone app, there is a huge number of different modes on the watch, right? And you can scroll up and down with the up and down buttons and then select with the middle button. And these different modes, I can't even list all of them, but on this watch, one unique one is a tide graph, which is somebody who sometimes participates in marine salvage cases. It is important to know the tides in that area. It does have, as I mentioned, a GPS receiver that can be used for running, trail running, walking, trekking, pool swimming, open water swimming, and then of course, and then biking, and then of course there's gym workouts to track as well, and a custom workout mode. So there's plenty of workout modes. It can be your GPS sports watch. It does have dual band, and checking out the GPS accuracy versus a Garmin, it's very compatible. Maybe not as high as the highest end Garmins and those kind of watches, but for most cases, the GPS tracking is very good. Also, it does have heart rate tracking on the back, so you can track your heart rate as well. There's sleep tracking and smart alarms. And the smart alarms are kind of nice because you can set those to go off within a certain range, and then when your sleep is the lightest, it will activate and wake you up during that light phase of your sleep. Now, things such as sleep are powered by Polar. And yes, Polar, those folks that make the GPS sports watches and are known for their heart rate tracking and things. So Polar on this watch powers the sleep tracking, the nightly recharge, the cardio load, the running index, breathing exercises, and more. So this brings in a lot of what you may be used to on a Polar watch to a Casio G-Shock watch. So it's taking that Polar stuff, and the Polar is a great watch as itself, but that is very focused on higher end training and things like that. This is more for a casual type person that wants that Polar technology, some GPS tracking, but really just wants a watch in here. There also are smartphone notifications on the watch, so calls, emails, calendar, messages, things like that. It is a solid watch. It does have all the time things you would expect, but the stopwatch only supports 1 second measurements, which is a little bit broad for a stopwatch. I would wish that they would be a little bit more incremental than that. Now, I mentioned earlier that it does support Apple Health and Strava syncing. The one thing about Apple Health, when I connected it with the iPhone and tried to use Apple Health thinking that would be great, it does bring a lot of that data. I think there's about 7 different fields into Apple Health. However, that does not bring in the GPS tracking stuff that you would see collected by the watch. So in order to get the GPS tracking, the heart rate, all of those other metrics off the watch, set up and sync to Strava, and then through Strava you could actually sync that out to other places or save it, run reports, that kind of thing. So if you're going to use this watch and you're interested in the smart watch capability to use that, if you're going to buy this watch and you're interested in using it as a GPS sports watch, I highly recommend you take advantage of the Strava syncing, see how that works for you. This watch is not inexpensive. It is a $500 watch, but it's this watch is not inexpensive. It is a $500 watch. It is a Casio G-Shock. It is built to take a beating and last and last and last. And it's great in the watch mode to just wear a watch and not even think about the battery. I mean, it just takes care of itself. It's refreshing to just sleep with it, wear it, don't worry about it. Every once in a while, every couple of weeks, charge it up. If you are going to use it for sports tracking, of course, you'll have to charge it up more often. So there are less expensive dedicated GPS sports watches out there from Garmin, Coros, Polar, but this is clearly built for G-Shock fans. And there's a lot of those G-Shock fans out there. If you like the G-Shock look and feel and you want to take that more than just telling you the time, this is a great option for you. It's comforting to have a rugged G-Shock strapped to your wrist and still have support for key health and wellness metrics. So, thank you everybody for watching. I hope you subscribe. Stay tuned for more. I'm going to keep wearing this G-Shock Rangeman and enjoy the benefits of a G-Shock watch. May the mobile force be with you. See you later.